Yngwie Malmsteen says if you want to call him a control freak, go ahead. He's guilty as charged. This is the Rock and Roll Weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. Here's another interesting interview with the guitar great Yngwie Malmsteen, legendary Swedish guitarist. He did an interview with La Hora del Vertigo by Stairway to Rock. And he once explained why he chooses not to partner with other musicians, preferring instead to handle most of the lead vocals and production duties on his albums himself. Honestly, he's been doing that a lot as of late. That's his opinion. I respect that. Not everybody's a fan of it, but it's his thing. Don't get me wrong. Now going back to what Mr. Malmsteen said, he said he'd like to make something very clear. No offense, you writers. Some of you people have misunderstood what I am, what I'm doing, and what he's all about. When he grew up in Sweden, he says he's not going to get into it really, but it was a very unhospitable environment for aspiring musicians, so to speak. So he wasn't considered to have a real job if you were a musician, composer, or whatever. So he didn't feel at home there. In any event, at an early age, he started playing music. He grew up classically trained. His family was classical music. He was surrounded by classical music and everything like that. He wanted to play rock and roll. He got his first guitar when he was 5 years old. Started playing when he was 7, and from that point, he never stopped. So he started bands like when he was 8 years old, 9, 10 years old. But they weren't really bands. If I'll give a good example, I was in 3rd grade. I said to a kid in class, "Hey, on Friday we have a gig." "What do you mean?" "You got to play drums." "I don't play drums." "I'm going to teach you how to play drums." "I don't have any drums." "It's okay. I've got drums." The Friday we played a gig, I was 8 years old. I was playing with an amp and a feedback and shit, and this guy was holding down the beat. That day forward, I've been the writer, lead guitar player, lead singer, everything. Then he goes around and says he had 10 million different bass players and drummers. This was in Sweden. He couldn't get anywhere in Sweden. The offer had to come to America. That's where he joined Steeler. And then '84, he wanted to point out, of course, he had the solo deal as Yngwie James Malmsteen. That's it. That's how it's all been. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out there subscribe. We thank you for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. As I say, the third violinist in the Czech Philharmonic Orchestra is important for Vivaldi's violin concertos. He'd like to point out, from day one, he was a solo artist. Elaborating on why he finds it so difficult to collaborate with other people on his solo albums and live performances, he says, if you want to, you can call me Control Freak. Go ahead. Call me there all night long. He goes guilty as charged. He decided when the smoke machine goes off, he decided what light colors are going to be in the front truss of the building. He decides exactly what's going to be the intro, what's not going to be the intro, and he'll construct the whole show. That's the whole thing every night. And then Mr. Malmsteen goes on more into this. It's how music's an art form. It's always writing books. He's been doing this for 50 years. He's still doing it. He's not stopping now. And that's what Yngwie Malmsteen has to say. As you know, he's had many different singers over the years on his albums. I'm not saying he's had so many, but he's had enough here and there. So there you go. So we think about Yngwie Malmsteen saying you can call him, a control freak. I'm sorry, mate. Throat got caught there. Once again, I'll say it again. If you want to call him a control freak, Yngwie Malmsteen, you can go ahead. That's what he's saying. What are your thoughts on Yngwie Malmsteen's comments here in this interview? Shame, shame, shame.